What is going on, everybody? So today I want to talk a little bit about SV era booster boxes because I think over the next couple months, a lot of people that are newer to the hobby are going to have an uncomfortable time. They're going to be stressed out, especially if you've never been in the hobby where we've seen a downturn or where things have been flat. This is going to be not an enjoyable summer for you, at least in my opinion. This week, when I did the spreadsheet update, there was a lot more supply on the market for some of these sets. Some sets like SV Base, Paldea Evolved, there's a little bit more on the market, but not a ton more. Stellar Crown, wherever it is, like some of these sets, there was not a lot more on the market, but Paradox Rift, I think almost doubled in supply. Temporal Forces, there was a lot more of. Surging doubled in the amount of boxes. Twilight, I think almost tripled in the amount of boxes that we see below a 20% leg up. And a couple of these kind of make sense, like Surging, we just had a reprint, so it makes sense that there's more boxes on the market now. But something like Twilight, I think part of it just has to do with now that the box has moved from like $200 up to around $260 within a couple months, maybe someone's just trying to take profits at this point. But the point is that a lot of these sets, and especially the ones that aren't the top tier ones, so like your Temporal Forces, Paradox, Obsidian, SV Base, Stellar Crown, you could throw Journey together in there as well. I think a lot of these sets, we aren't going to see movement on them over the next couple months, and maybe even longer than that, right? Maybe going into early fall or late fall, we still will see these around the like 205 to 220-ish range for most of them. I did say in a previous video, I thought that a couple of these sets could reach $300 by the end of the year, like Surging Sparks, like Twilight Masquerade. I still think this is possible if we don't get more supply, but if Pokemon chooses to reprint a couple of these sets, or if there's a major pullback in popularity, if either of those happen, I don't think either of them will get there, but I still think it's possible. Paldea Evolved's holding around $300, 301.57 currently on TCG Player, and someone said yesterday to check most recent sales. You do have a couple up here like $319.99. Again, I think these are outliers. If you go to eBay, there's lots of sales right around $300, some even as low as like $290, $295. Sure, there's a couple higher, but it's right around $300 right now for all intents and purposes. I think this box could continue to climb. If there's one box out of all of these that will kind of break the mold over the next couple months, it's probably going to be Paldea Evolved. However, I do question how high this could go over the next 6 months, because I think a lot of investors, even though some believe we're probably not getting more Paldea Evolved, it's already past its like 2-year window or 2-year age essentially. Sure, it's still in rotation, it could get printed, but I think a lot of people assume we're not going to get more, especially with Pokemon trying to catch up on Surging Sparks, Prismatic, Destined Rivals, obviously they're going to have to play catch up on as well. But I just don't know how much investors are willing to bet on that. Are they willing to bet $325 a box on it, $350? I can't really imagine this being like a $400 box 2.5 years after release. Maybe you want to make a bullish estimate that this box will be like $350 by the end of the year, and then things like Twilight Masquerade will be closer to $300, Surging Sparks will be like $280, $290, maybe even $300 as well. That's probably like the high end of what we could potentially see. Low end, maybe Paldea is still around $300 if we get another reprint. If we do get another reprint of Paldea, that will probably be the last one too, and I think a lot of people would assume that as well and buy up a lot of those boxes. So on the low end, maybe this is around 300, and a lot of these boxes are still in this like 200 to 220-ish range. Either way, I think the next few months will present a decent buying opportunity if you guys do want to load up on a few of these. And what I've been doing recently, if you guys remember, I had a lot of Divergent Powers tins. These came with 2 packs of Evolving Skies, 2 packs of Astral, and 1 pack of Brilliant Stars. I bought a lot of them on the Pokemon Center for MSRP, and I sold them. I've made more than 100% of my money, well more than 100%. So I've gotten rid of basically all those. I think I kept 6 because I had a factory case that I bought from Hobbiesville, so I'm holding on to that. A lot of my build and battle kits and stadiums, I've moved essentially all of this at this point, except for like 3 Fusion Strike build and battle kits, which I've already paid off, and I probably should just get rid of them, but I figured I'd hold on to a couple. They've surprisingly done fairly well over the past year, all things considered. Not as well as the booster box, and they don't move as fast as the booster box, but I'm pretty happy with the growth on these. And I'm at the point now where I have well into the 5 figures in cash that I'm ready to deploy into sets that I want. I've already started doing that with a couple sets, which I'm sure you can guess which ones I'm buying more of right now. And a lot of that cash, I'm just going to be waiting for opportunities. If we get into September, October, November of this year, and some of these sets like Twilight, Surging Sparks, if they're still around this like 240-ish range, I might end up buying more at that point, especially Twilight, just because it's a lot older than Surging. If we get to that point in the year and something like Temporal's still somehow around $200 or Paradox is around 200, I might consider picking up a little bit more at that point as well. It really is a fine balance between figuring out what is going to be the best ROI long term, which is more than likely going to be your Surging, your Twilight, your Destined Rivals, but also trying to balance that with current market price, because if you're paying too much, then your ROI is going to take a hit over the next few years. I'm also probably going to be putting a little bit more money into One Piece. I think there's going to be some decent opportunities this year. I still want to pick up a blue bottom, like Wave 1 booster box of Romance Dawn, and then maybe some more OP09, which is a really great set. OP11, Hobbiesville, and some other sites already have Wave 2 pre-orders up, so I think it's going to be worth getting a little bit more exposure to that, just considering the gold Luffy and the silver Luffy in there. And then also OP13, PRBO2, those sets coming later this year. If I can get a decent deal from Europe, I'm probably going to get some exposure to those as well. And the final thing I want to touch on in this video is Sun and Moon. I did the spreadsheet update for the past couple of weeks, and the ETBs were up. Dragon Majesty and Shining Legends. I think Dragon Majesty, the average sale price was like $660. Shining Legends, I think, was closer to $620. And then some of the booster boxes like Sun and Moon Base, like Burning Shadows, like Guardians Rising. Guardians Rising is actually very close to Burning Shadows at this point in average sale price. Lost Thunder, I think, made a fairly decent move up into around like 1,300, 1,325, somewhere around there, average sale price. And a lot of the other booster boxes, like your Team Up, like your Cosmic Eclipse, a lot of those were down a little bit. Not a ton, but maybe like $100, $50 average over the past couple of weeks. Nothing really crazy to talk about. But as always, you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you still loading up on Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes? If so, which ones? If you guys are shopping on eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville, I do have affiliate links down below. They're free and easy to use. I get a small kickback, so it's an easy way to support me continuing to make free videos for you guys. With all that said, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.